It's only 9:30 in the morning and the lineup at the VCC Community College cafeteria is already busy and crowded. I'm having a seat with culinary arts student Piers Brennan to see what he's up to. Brennan is in his first year of a 3-year program at VCC. He tells me some pretty interesting information about the program.
There's opportunities I never even knew existed. Like we have a Canadian culinary team that I didn't even know was a thing before. Yeah.
Maybe someday Brennan will take part in one of these competitions. For someone who has 4 to 5 years of work experience in the industry, his love for cooking was kind of accidental.
I know where it came from. I kind of fell into the industry by mistake, and I was fortunate enough to work under some chefs that I saw a lot of passion in. I love the dynamic of the kitchen, the go, and the adrenaline. But yeah, my dad was a firefighter, my mom owns a Pilates studio, so no connection at all to cooking. My grandma and my mom always loved to cook.
Born and raised here in Vancouver, Brennan's favorite dish is actually something he made with his family while living abroad.
Spaghetti bolognese, because I made it with my family in El Salvador, and it just reminds me of being with family. It's just a good meal that you can have a lot of people sit at your table and dish it out easy.
Brennan's other family, the culinary family, is a close-knit one too.
And yeah, everyone's come from all different walks of life. Like we have a girl who was working in a science lab before. We have people from all over the place that come together that I'd probably never hang out with or see outside of this, that I've grown really close with.
Esther Jo is originally from South Korea and has been working at the VCC cafeteria for the past 8 years. She helps with the cafeteria setup and enjoys her interaction with both the students and the customers.
Every day I'm happy to work here, and so many people from all over the world. And the students, they study, and sometimes they visit us and say hi to us, and that's so good that I know someone who graduates school here and then they're working and then everywhere in the important place.
Dennis Liu has 15 years of experience in the food industry and for the past 4 years has worked as one of VCC's culinary arts instructors. He says he loves his time with his students and teaching them a few things or two.
And I get those students that I hear, and they sort of just talk. And sometimes we're not even talking about food. We can talk about just hobbies, what country you're from, your interests. And it's amazing how you make them feel at ease, and they open up to you. Like it could be just as easy as sometimes we'll go out for lunch, and we'll pick a spot, and then we'll just eat, and you just try out the different. Food is an amazing thing because it transcends all culture. And you get everybody gathered together. And it's great because then everybody opens up and you discover new things. And ESL, again, with them, I'm always learning something.
You might be a little bit surprised to hear about Liu's favorite food.
But I like simple things done right. And when mashed potato is kind of you grow up eating it as well, but it's homely, it's very rustic, and it's the basis, but it's just potatoes, and basically you can use cream of milk, and there's butter, there's seasoning, but when you get the same amount and the consistency is just right, and you put in your mouth to eat it, it's just like one of those that's a feeling you have, it's just comfort.
And Liu will travel all the way to this place for this one very special dish.
I traveled to Tibet, and with a guide and a driver. So with my wife, we were just saying this was our honeymoon actually. So we were actually traveling, and we were going to the base camp in Mount Everest because I always wanted to see Mount Everest. So we were traveling and we were stopping, and it was the middle of nowhere. We just traveling, in the middle of nowhere we stopped for lunch, and the driver says our guide says we're coming for lunch. So it was just a tent. And it was set up, and we walked in, and they had a big walk. Oh, it was huge, this walk, like massive size walk in the middle of this tent. And everybody gathered around to kind of, keep warm. And the lady was there made noodles from scratch, just homemade noodles. So she put into this broth and water, and we all keeping warm around it. and she served in a bowl with some preserved pork and vegetable. But the texture of that noodle, like it was just like I ate it. And I had 2 bowls actually, by the way. It was so good, but it's just that it's the most least expected, because I would never in my wildest dream. You go to some famous, like in France, yeah, you expect certain standard, go to a nice restaurant, yes, but, this is like in the middle of nowhere, okay, just there. And I mean that noodle and put it in my mouth, and just the texture, I just thought of, my God, this is like the best. It was just, the time was just, no expectation, never expecting it to be. To this day, I still remember that vividly, just being around that tent and just eating, sharing with all these strangers. We're all just eating, and it's all together in this place in the middle of nowhere. It's just, oh my God, it's like, I couldn't even make this up. Like, I couldn't even dream if I had to.
And no, there's nothing made up about the food or the people at VCC. Maybe you should check it out. Or maybe don't tell a lot of people, because it's still the hidden gem here in Vancouver.